Let's go look at the new way to order a Whopper. You can get a Whopper for $1, and then you can order cheese, put your hands on your knees, and then you can order bacon, shake it. There was no white man doing the dance, so I'll just show you how I would do it. And if you don't want bacon, okay, but shaking for bacon. Anyway, I didn't get it the first few times. I just watched the kids dancing and thought, I can't order this stuff. I can't get it for $1. So, so here we go. Okay, you're gonna see it now.
Ooh, Whopper for $1. All you gotta do is get your order right. But I'ma need to see you move your body. Yeah, I'ma need to see you move your body. We know you want a Whopper, so let me see you wobble. And you want some cheese? I need both hands on your knees.
That's just amazing.
And if you want some bacon, I'ma need to see you shake it, shake it, shake it. Now clap for yourself, clap those hands. You're making your order by doing a dance.
And see, I was just wiped out by the whole technique of it all. Didn't get that there's actually something to do with what you're ordering. So anyway, if you can do that, I'm gonna have my wife order. I'm definitely gonna have my wife order. Okay, here's something that I suggested this to Ben Askren. We had lunch a couple months ago, and he's from my hometown. And I said, we could connect all the fans that are watching an event, and we could even have the sound work. And now somebody built it. It's called HEARmeCHEER, and ESPN is partnering with them. And last week they did an event, and they had 15,000 people online co-cheering, and they somehow filter it and add in acoustics of the venue a little bit, and maybe other stuff. But when so if there's a big punch, you hear much somehow. It's not like canned laughter where they just turn it up when they come to a laugh line. This is actually the fans. Now, I also went on HEARmeCHEER.com and found their terms of service, which are basically we grab your IP address, we find out everything we can from that, we fingerprint your identity, and we know your location and all this stuff. It's like, and we know all the apps you use, and I have an app like this that I think would be a big hit with NFL fans and maybe other sports. So if you know an app builder, it might be worth doing. It's a sports app, and we could grab all the data. It'd be fun. Anyway, I think it's a great idea, and I think it's more fun than an empty stadium. Oh, and next week we're going to dive into the world of cardboard cutout fans. If they can just get them to go at the same time. I mean, they could take videos. They could have little TV monitors in all the seats, and if you're cheering at home, they could see your face. Never mind. Okay, so we got another cancellation this week. Uncle Ben's. They're going to rethink their packaging. And I was fascinated on Wikipedia to learn the history of Uncle Ben's rice. It's a pre-cooked brand of rice that was invented by a German-British scientist, Erich Hunsenlob. You never knew this, right? And he had a way of parboiling and freeze drying or vacuum drying, and then steaming, and finally vacuum drying and husking. It's a lot of stuff. But the thing was, the weevils didn't like it. So in World War II, they could airdrop it down to the troops, and they just needed boiling water and it cooked real fast, and it had more nutrition than traditional boiled rice. It preserved the nutrition value. Woo-hoo! So they picked, this is the other thing, here's an early box, Spam and Rice Creole. That's so funny. Spam is a whole different meaning to my generation. Because spam is that funny, kind of like ham. It's kind of like a hot dog, only made from pork and in a can, and like a big mush of hot dogs, only pork, with lots of salt. It's really popular in Hawaii. That's the #1 market for Spam. But anyway, it would probably be pretty good. Spam and rice Creole. Anyway, Uncle Ben was on the cover, and he was patterned, they say, after a Chicago maitre d' named Frank Brown. But according to Mars, Uncle Ben was an African-American rice grower known for the quality of his rice. Now, the reason I bring this up is because we're trying to erase history. I have a history degree. I think history is culture, and culture is history, and it's really important. And I want to make the point that, I'll make my globe spin again. I want to make the point that some great Americans have done great things. And to just wipe them out because of their skin color, black or white, is sad. I saw that a statue in Philadelphia was defaced, and it was a man who had fought for the abolition of slavery for 30 years before finally it was. 30 years. He dedicated his entire life to the abolition of slavery. Somebody spray painted it. They probably would have knocked it down if it were more famous. But the point is, they're not trying to destroy that person. They're trying to destroy history. And it's very sad. And this is real history. And Uncle Ben was the top selling rice in America for about 40 years. The top brand. And it's one of the top globally to this day. And to just say, well, we're gonna just knock that off. We'll call it what? There's no stereotype here. This was a farmer who grew really good rice. This is a wonderful thing. It's an elevation of all of us. And it's an innovation that you see in capitalism. Capitalism invents stuff because there's a benefit to inventing stuff. So don't just throw away history. I am saddened, maybe disgusted, by all the great history that's getting, or attempted to get, flushed. So, in that spirit, way to go, Uncle Ben's, way to go, Hensenlob, for inventing it. I have German heritage. Germans have done stuff. I didn't realize that the Germans had a lot to do with Cajun cuisine down in New Orleans. They came around from the south and had German settlements, made the good sausage. That Anduin sausage has German roots. I didn't know that. Right. One of the things that makes America great. I like the Italian cooking in America better than Italy. I spent 3 weeks in Italy. I said, oh boy, I wish I were back in Chicago. It's like, oh, but their vegetables are so ripe, and they don't have any. They put a little bit of ingredients. It's no fun. No abbondanza in that culture. I don't think so. So anyway, lastly, I wanted to give you a tip here. GDPR is, a dangerous thing, but I understand, that privacy is valuable. I don't know that there's a right to privacy, but control of your own data seems to make sense. I watched a fascinating article just the other day on peer-to-peer use of Bitcoin to mirror your private information and allow you basically back to the early days of the internet where we were somewhat anonymous. We'll see how that pans out. I'll let you know. Anyway, what's going on is that there's a publishers alliance where, and we have these in the U.S. I'm trying to think of the name of the one that it's Digress or something like that, where I log into a blog and it says, do you want to make a comment, and do you want to use this identity? Or you can log in with Google, or you can log in with Twitter, which I usually do. And, all of that gets it done. So the publishers in Europe, in order to follow all the GDPR laws, and in order to make it easier for the consumer, and I think that's the most important part, let a third party do your subscription services and let you log into the magazines that you subscribe to, so that one database can be guarded with GDPR. And then the publishers don't exactly know who the subscribers are. And the danger, of course, is that, it's a little harder to tailor their content and to market. But, that's kind of the way it's going. So, it's kind of a loophole for GDPR, but I think it's probably a good thing. The initiative will have to persuade audiences to log in via NetID rather than the social giants they're already familiar with. So it's just a different way to log in than with Twitter or Google or Facebook. Well, I hope the sound worked. We'll download it, we'll edit it, we'll see how it works, and I'll cut out a lot of the fluff. I'm learning to do that. Have a great day. Like and share. Your friends will think you're smart. I'm John Miglosh. And go to wdma.org and sign up for Max ROI in Chaos. Learn how to do machine learning. Learn how to bounce your company to the front of your competitors rather than just surviving. Have a great day. Bye-bye.